Okay, guys, so in this example, we want to write the equation of the line, but we want to make it in standard form, okay? And we'll give it a graph. So remember, we can write these three ways, but my go-to and my pro tip is always to use point slope form no matter what. And then if we need to convert it, we can do that by solving for y or manipulating the variables. So what we're going to do is we're going to write the equation of this line in point slope form. So we have a y. We need a point y1, we need a slope, and we need an x coordinate from that point x1. So to find these things, we can find slope first. I showed you our trick. Whenever you're dealing with the graph, just pick 2 points and calculate the rise over the run, right? Slope is equal to rise divided by run. So I'm going to see how much do I rise to get from this point to the next point, and it's +4 because we're going up. And then I run over 1, positive 1 because we're moving to the right. So my rise was +4, and my run was +1, positive. So 4 divided by 1 is 4. That's my slope for this line. So we know the slope. We know that this x never changes, and we know we're going to have a y here, right? Now all we need to fill in is our point. So to get that, we just pick some point on the graph. So let's pick this guy right here because he's all by himself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to count. I say this point is actually -2 and -4 for the y. So -2, -4. That's going to act as my x point and my y point, my x1 and my y1. Now I'm going to plug them in, but since there's already a minus sign, it's y minus y1, and there's a -4, I'm going to just change that to positive. So we have y +4, then we have x +2, again, because they're negative. So we have our equation. This is the equation of this line. If I put it in Desmos, it would graph that line for me. But we want to get it in standard form, okay? We want to get this equation to basically in standard form. That means all the x's and the y's are on the same side over here, and our constants are by itself, okay? So to do that, we're just going to solve this like normal. So I would start by distributing. We have y +4 is equal to 4x +8. Now from here, we want to get all our constants to one side. So I'm going to draw my fence. To move the 4 from the left-hand side to the right-hand side, we're going to subtract it from both sides. So now we have y is equal to 4x +4. And we're almost done. This is in slope-intercept form, but we want it in standard, so we have to move the x to the left-hand side. So I'm going to subtract 4x from both sides. Now, what a lot of kids want to do is they want to combine that 4x and the y, but remember, these two are two different variables, so I'm just going to leave them alone. I have -4x, I have positive y is equal to +4. And we're done there. That's our equation in standard form. It can be represented any other way, multiplied by any constant. So I could also have this equation that say like -8x + 2y is equal to 8. So if I multiplied everything by 2, that is also the same equation, okay? Because we didn't really change that thing, we just multiplied it all by 2. So that's how you would write an equation in standard form. Again, it's what we've been doing. Just always go to point slope form and then solve as necessary.